This is what my toilet looks like. It's a back to wall flush, which means you can't get into the underneath. So problem was this inlet valve was leaking at the top, so it just keep running, keep coming through. And if you want to replace the whole thing, you need to undo the screws underneath, which is effectively under here. But the problem is with a back to wall, I can't get in there because this whole thing is siliconed to the floor and partially silicon to the back, so you'd have to take the whole thing out. But it turns out I don't need to replace the whole thing, so I'll just show you. Okay, so my toilet's got a Fluidmaster brand inlet valve in it. So if I just show you what a new one looks like, I take this out. So here's the valve, and normally once it's all assembled that just clicks into place. Now if you've got a leak, there's two things you can look at having a look at, or a couple of things. One is there's a valve in the top if you can get a washer, replacement washer for it. So the way this works is inside the toilet you can just pull this out, so it just unclips out of there, and then when you hold on to the stem, this top bit you can turn anti-clockwise 1/8 and that will undo it. So then you can just lift it off. So there's this valve, this rubber washer here, which you may be able to replace if you know the type of the inlet valve that you have. I couldn't get that, so I couldn't replace it. And to put this thing back on, you just put it back on and then turn it 1/8 again, and it's back on. Okay. If the top's buggered, you can actually buy this whole top, so that's one thing as well. You could do that, but that didn't work for me. I tried a few different things. So what I was saying before is you can see on the bottom here there's this thread, right? And the thread is used to screw underneath. So normally this is underneath the cistern on the toilet, and I can't get to that because it's underneath. But what this has with the Fluidmaster, it's an adjustable height. So if you take this collar, so when it's down it's like locking in place, but when it's up you can adjust the height. And to an extreme, you can actually pull the whole thing out, right? So if I try with a bit of force, you can see that hole comes off. So I can leave that in there. That's still in the toilet. And I just buy a new one of these, still Fluidmaster, still the same. And I take the old one off and I just put the new one on top, get the height right, and then pull the collar down so it locks in place. And now the whole top half is new. So any leak that was up on here, I've got the new one in place, so that should work. Hope that helps.